Day 3 of the nationwide teachers' strike, and the situation was no different from the last 2 days. Teachers from across the country continued the strike until the demands by the Kenya National Union of Teachers on the government to release money to employ 18,000 teachers currently on contract are met. A joint directive by the Minister for Finance and that of Education asking the teachers' union to call off the strike met stiff resistance from both KNUT and KUPPET officials.
That the government has an intention which is very, very bad. The government wants to convert even the existing teachers on permanent and pensionable terms into contract teachers. And that is the intention, and that is the path they are following, and we are seeing, and we want to call upon the public to see the government in that line.
And we are telling the government to stop living in holiday. It should come to its senses and address the needs of the children of this country.
Hayo ambayo anasema tukubaliani nayo na mgomo utaendelea hata zaidi.
In efforts to end the crisis, the government had tabled a proposal to hire an additional 20,000 teachers on contract basis within the next 3 years to reduce the current deficit of 83,000 teachers.
We opened up our books to them and showed them the situation that was prevailing as far as the economy is concerned. And like I have said, after lengthy discussions and debate on this particular issue, we did come to terms and agree on the fact that at the current moment in time, we were not able to hire the number of teachers on a permanent and pensionable basis.
In conformity with what we agreed in that agreement, that we are now going to hire an additional 20,000 teachers. And that should now, on contract basis.
We have never been engaged in any negotiations. And therefore, when the minister sits somewhere and throws out issues like that one to the press without consulting us is an abuse. And we are not taking it.
Sentiments by both ministers asking the union to call off the strike simply because it was hurting children and frustrating parents angered the teachers, who marched to Parliament buildings demanding an address by the Minister for Finance and his education counterpart. Signs that parents with children in public school had not seen the worst yet were discernible from the fact that even after a meeting with President Kibaki, Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka, Prime Minister Raila Odinga, Uhuru and Ongeri had no concrete offer to please the union official and teachers at large. It has now turned into a blame game between the government, KNUT and the Teacher Service Commission, with KNUT officials stating that the Constitution clearly says that the organ charged with employment of teachers is the Teacher Service Commission. The TSC, on the other hand, says that it has not received funding from the government to undertake this mandate. And KNUT remains firm that until the government puts a deal on the table, the strike still goes on. Shem Oluchiri, KTN, in Nairobi.